turn to Trump's event last night in Erie, Pennsylvania, where he had this to say.
Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it actually a great badge of honor. I do. It's a great badge of honor because I'm being indicted for you. And never forget that our enemies want to stop me because I am the only one who's going to be able to stop them.
Trump was also lashing out at Republicans in Congress, threatening members of his party to pursue investigations against Democrats or risk losing their seats. What do you make of Trump's messaging and why some of his supporters are buying into this?
Well, Rev, it's a continuation of the rhetoric that paved the way for the insurrection on January 6th to happen. This combination of lust and vengeance and anger misplaced at our political system, misplaced at the structures of our entire governing institutions. And once again, he's going back really to that January 6th playbook of trying to incite violence. Make no mistake about it. We learned after January 6th, Rev, that it's not just words. It's not just rhetoric, that his diehard supporters, they see what he says and they treat them as marching orders, as directives. So when he says that his enemies are the ones that are trying to hold him accountable for the crimes that he has allegedly committed, he's talking about our entire judicial system, by the way. When he says that I'm the only one that can stop that, he's telling everybody that if he doesn't get his way, that they should raise up arms against the institutions of this government, just like they did on January 6th.
Carlos, this coming Friday, a new job report will be released. This, as June was the 30th consecutive month of job growth. Plus, the Federal Reserve no longer expects a recession this year. This may mean that Republicans will have to switch up their strategy on Biden's economy heading into 2024. The Washington Post writes, quote, these developments have led Republican analysts to begin early discussions about whether or how the party should adjust to attacks on Biden to account for the new economic reality, end of quote. Now, with the economy doing well, how do you see GOP candidates shifting to go after Trump, after Biden?
Well, it's going to be a lot tougher, and it probably means that the campaign is going to be nastier and more personal than we would have anticipated. I think you're going to see Republicans going after the Biden family, trying to make the case that the family's corrupt, highlighting some of the controversy, because with inflation and the economy improving, it's going to be a lot tougher for them to make those arguments that do have broad appeal. But, Reverend, I remind you, in November of 22, inflation was near an all-time high. The economy wasn't doing great, and yet Republicans underperformed. Why? Because of Donald Trump and his movement. So even if Republicans still had the economy and inflation, if they cannot get out of the Trump trap, it is still going to be very difficult for them to win swing states and swing districts that they need to win the presidency, to keep control of the House, and to maybe gain control of the Senate.
Kurt, as of now, the seven GOP candidates are expected to be on the stage August 23rd in Milwaukee for the party's first presidential debate of the 2024 cycle. Those who have qualified so far are Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Tim Scott, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, and Doug Burgum. Noticeably missing from this list is Mike Pence. How significant is it that Pence hasn't made the cut yet?
It's pretty stunning when you think about the most recent Republican vice presidential nominee, the former vice president himself, can't even qualify to get on the debate stage. It just goes to show that, Pence's positioning of himself as not really standing for anything, not standing by Trump, not standing by those who tried to hang him on January 6th, not willing to take a stand definitively against them. He's just kind of in no man's land, and you can't be in that space and expect anyone to rally behind you. You can't be someone who's not willing to take a position on the hard issues and to speak out with force and with determination and expect people to choose you over all of these other cult of personalities. Whether Donald Trump's on that stage for that debate or not at this point doesn't even really matter, because if all these candidates are up there, Rev, and they're too afraid to actually call out Donald Trump directly, not tiptoe around it, not use loose words and phrases, but to actually call him out and articulate why he is the doomsday scenario for their party and why they keep losing elections that they win, there's really no point of going through that exercise.
Carlos Carbello and Kurt Bardella, thank you both for being with us. Just to